What's going on, blunt heads, blunt world, blunt universe, sports world, sports universe, whatever you want to call yourself? I'm your host with the most, here to brag and boast, Taye the Loose Cannon Adams. We're here to give you all of this smoke, everything that you can handle. So whatever you're doing right now, I hope you're enjoying it. If you got something to drink on, sip that shit. If you got something to roll that shit. Because you know what? The blunt is now in session. In the words of the late, great Pimp C, smoke something, bitch. So now we about to go on. First order of business, now that the blunt is now in session, ash never pass. That's only if you by yourself, but if you with a group of people, don't be stingy and hog it. Sharing is caring, alright? So now, shout outs to the Georgia Bulldogs for beating Alabama Crimson Tide 33-18, getting their first national championship since 1980. That's a 42-year drought. Congratulations to them. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to the whole Georgia and they sports department, they sports world down there doing their thing. You got the Atlanta Braves who won the World Series. You got the Atlanta Hawks is looking like a real legitimate team to beat in the East. And the Falcons is still the Falcons. But, maybe, piece up A-Town down to finally get something going around for themselves. Who knows? But definitely shout outs to the Georgia Bulldogs and showing us that the Alabama Crimson Tide, that they not invincible and that they can be beat and that there is dents in the Nick Saban armor. So shout outs to them, like I said, once again. Now we're about to get into some NFL firings. We all know that this is part of the job. This is what they do. If you ain't showing improving, if you looking horrible, that's just what they gonna do to you. They gonna fire you. You know what I'm saying? So all of these teams fired their head coaches. We got the New York Giants who fired Joe Judge. Joe Judge had a 10-23 record in the past 2 years. Record this year was 4-13. The Denver Broncos, they fired Vic Fangio. Hopefully I said his name right. He went for the past 3 years, sorry for that pause. For the past 3 years, his record has been 19-30, and the Broncos finished with a 7-10 record this year. Miami Dolphins fired Brian Flores. He had an overall record of 24-25 as a coach. Been there for 3 years. They finished with an actual winning record of 9-8, but he still got fired. That's the nature of the beast. That's just what it is. Not really surprised by Matt Nagy. The 4 years that he was there, he actually has a winning record, 34-31. But this season they finished with a 6-11 record. So bye-bye to Matt Nagy. And one of the ones I was real shocked with was the Minnesota Vikings. They fired Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer been there for 8 years. He finished 8-9 this year. But throughout the course of his 8 years, he was 72-56-1. So Joe Judge, Vic Fangio, Brian Flores, Matt Nagy, and Mike Zimmer, they all looking for jobs, head coaching jobs. That's the bad part. Good part about all of this shit is the New York Giants, the Denver Broncos, the Miami Dolphins, the Chicago Bears, and the Minnesota Vikings all looking for head coaches. So those jobs is available. Oh, by the way, Urban Meyer was fired a long time ago. Not really too surprised about that. I reported on that a while ago, kind of expected that. And this just in, the Houston Texans fired their coach after 1 year. I mean, it's the Texans. They suck. They'll be looking for somebody else soon. Hopefully they could get somebody from another team, maybe an assistant that wants to level up, maybe a coordinator that wants to level up. Who knows? But good luck to all of those guys and any future endeavors that they got going on. Hopefully we'll see them back on the field, back on the sidelines, doing what they need to do. Now, if you're a New York Jets fan, a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, a Denver Broncos fan, a Baltimore Ravens fan, a New York Giants fan, Carolina Panthers fan, Seattle Seahawks fan, or a Detroit Lions fan, I just want to say congratulations to those 8 teams for finishing last in their division. All 8 of y'all suck. Maybe y'all could get a good draft pick. Who knows? But as I was reading down and all of that other good stuff. New York Giants, excuse me, I'll get to the Giants later, but the New York Jets finished 4-13 this year. The Jacksonville Jaguars finished 3-14. The Denver Broncos finished 7-10. Baltimore Ravens 8-9. Now we on the NFC side, the New York Giants. Now we on them, finished with the same record as the New York Jets. I don't know if it's a New York thing, but y'all lost in the New York minute. Y'all got your ass kicked in the New York minute, and so that's just that. The Carolina Panthers, they finished 5-12. The Seattle Seahawks finished 7-10, and the Detroit Lions, I mean, they finished last in a division every year, so ain't nobody really surprised about them being the first to be last with a 3-13-1 record. Horrible, just horrible. So those 8 teams look for a good draft pick, because by you sucking, you deserved it. By you being horrible, you deserved a good draft pick. Will that make any difference? Hopefully. Hopefully not. I'll take that back. Hopefully not, because there's still hope for all of these other teams, except for the Detroit Lions and the Jacksonville Jaguars. But that's just me. These are all my opinions. Whether if you agree or disagree, please leave a comment right underneath. I get to it, I answer it. You're allowed to disagree with me. You're allowed to say how you feel. You're allowed to speak. Like I said, you are me and I am you. We are the blunt heads. This is the blunt world, blunt universe, so we say what's on our mind because we feel what's in our heart. Now, if anybody been paying attention, yeah, we on the road to the Super Bowl. First stop is all of these wild card games. Saturday, Sunday, and the first ever wild card game will be Monday. First ever Monday night wild card game. Excuse me while I trip over my words and get it right. But main thing that I'm waiting for and I'm happy about and real excited to see is the halftime show. This is the first all hip hop halftime show. This ain't Coldplay bringing out Beyonce and Bruno Mars. This ain't Katy Perry bringing out Missy Elliott. This ain't Aerosmith bringing out Nelly, only for a couple of segments or minutes. This ain't Maroon 5 bringing out Outkast when they had the Super Bowl in the ATL, which Tom Brady got at 6-1. No, this is all hip-hop. If anybody that don't know, I'm going to break it down for you. Rap is the music. Hip-hop is the culture. I ain't a rapper, but I am hip-hop. I am the culture. I represent the culture the best way that I can, the only way that I know how, and that's that. Feel it and feel it. Now, the lineup, if y'all ain't know already, the lineup for this Super Bowl halftime show is Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and the queen of R&B and soul herself, Miss MJG. MJG is from, 8-Ball MJG, but MJB, Mary J. Blige, will all be there. So I said to myself, how long are they going to get? You know what I'm saying? I hope they give them the same respect and the same energy and the same just due that they gave all of these rock bands and all of these pop acts. Give them 20 to 30 minutes. This is history. This is stellar. Y'all could thank Jay-Z for putting this together and being a part of the NFL Developmental and Change Program. It's just a start, but it's a start in the right direction to make these people respect our culture. You know what I'm saying? It's about time that we start making money off of our culture instead of letting everybody else make money off of it. So with that being said, I put together a list I call predictable halftime songs. Songs that more than likely that they gonna perform at the halftime show. It's the typical hits, but we ain't gonna say no to it because we love those typical hits. You know what I'm saying? And they still, give you a certain vibe and a certain energy no matter how old they is or, how many times that you hear it. So first and foremost, we got Snoop and Dre with Nothing But a G Thing. Snoop and Dre again with the next episode Of course, they gotta play Eminem "Lose Yourself" because it's a good hyped up song, get you in the moment. Now, because the Super Bowl is in SoFi Stadium, that's where, the Chargers and the Rams play at. So, of course, they gotta throw in California Love. Miss MJB, of course, she gotta throw in, the Family Affair. That get everybody dancing. That's a Dr. Dre produced track. All right, we got Snoop Dogg with Gin and Juice. Eminem, The Real Slim Shady. Eminem, My Name Is. Kendrick Lamar, Swimming Pools. Kendrick Lamar, all right. And I just threw a little extra one in there. Dre and M with Forgot About Dre. I mean, it could be a whole bunch of other people. Those are the ones that's headlining. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and Miss Mary J. Blige. Those are the ones that's just headlining. But ain't no telling, who they could bring out. Could we see 50? Could we see Game? Could we see Daz? Could we see Corrupt? LDOC? Marsha Ambrosius? Exhibit? Who else gonna pop up and come out? So I'm just real excited to see that. And so definitely shout outs to the halftime show. Hip hop, we here. Hip hop, we been here. Hip hop, we here to stay. The culture is here to stay. This ain't no fad. This ain't no flash in the pan. We outlasted disco. We represent for the world. The world wants our culture. The world wants to mimic and be us. So definitely shout outs to them. Hopefully they put on a real good halftime show performance and it's something for the ages. Now, moving on. This is the wild card edition. This is the playoff edition of Taye's Picks. Now, it's a short Taye's Picks, but in this Taye's Picks, for these wild card games, there's two, not one, but two division games. Hold up, first off, before I even get into the playoffs, I just want to give I stole this from Charlemagne the Guy, shout outs to the Breakfast Club, but the donkey of the day. The donkey of the day goes to the Indianapolis Colts. Why did I give the Indianapolis Colts the donkey of the day? Well, I'm glad that you asked. They had one job, and that was it. And that was to beat the worst team, one of the worst teams in the NFL, to get into the playoffs. All they had to do was beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. It shouldn't have been that hard. Why was it that hard? They made it hard. They lost. They had one fucking job to do, and that was win. But you know what that was? Carson Wentz realized and found out that, hey, I'm Carson Wentz. I'm a fucking bum. So definitely get donkey of the day for not beating the Jacksonville Jaguars and fucking up y'all whole playoff chances, opening the floodgates for a team like Pittsburgh to come in. I hope y'all proud of yourself, because y'all definitely get the hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker, or what? I tried to do like how Remy Ma did, but I don't know if I sound the same. Hee-haw, stupid motherfucker. But that's just that. You don't get a good shout-outs. Indianapolis Colts. We found out what Colts stand for, C-O-L-T-S, and that stands for count on losing this Sunday. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Now we're about to get into Taye's Picks. Taye's Picks. Of course, y'all see what team I'm going to be rooting for this year. Well, not just this year, but every year, but rooting for them in the playoffs. Read that, America's team. So, we're about to get up into it. Now, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cincinnati Bengals with this one. Even though the Bengals ain't won a playoff football game since I was 5, I like Joe Burrows. I like Cool Joe. So you know what? I'm going to take Joe Burrows and the Cincinnati Bengals to win. The Raiders been through a lot. They going through a lot. They seen a lot. I'm real proud of that organization for coming through and still being able to make the playoffs, even with all the distraction of the coach, all the distractions of the players that did what they did. But I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game. Now, our first division game, Saturday night game. By the way, that Raiders and Bengals game, that's Saturday evening. Check your local listings wherever you live at in the world. Now we got first division game, and it's a playoff game. They split down the middle this year. New England beat Buffalo. Buffalo beat New England. But now this ain't for bragging rights. This ain't for the division, even though Buffalo already won the division. This is just straight one and done. You lose, you're out. That's the name of the nature of the beast. The name of the playoffs is just one and done. You lose, ain't no, we'll make the adjustments next week and come back stronger and do our best. No. And no. It's just one and done. And with that being said, New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. I'm definitely going to take the Buffalo Bills to win this game and finally put New England in the rear view, put them behind them. So letting them know that Tom ain't around no more, even though Bill Belichick's still around, but Buffalo want that division for the next couple of years, and hopefully they make it to a Super Bowl, and hopefully they finally win one. Anybody know the history of the Buffalo Bills? They went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost all 4. Hopefully they do something better. Now, we got these Sunday games. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, you see with the gear that I'm wearing, I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys to win this game. I think offensively and defensively, they're more consistent and they're more better. So that's just the name of the game, the nature of the beast. One and done. San Fran, you out of here. Now we got the Philadelphia Eagles. We got Philly traveling to Tampa Bay to take on Hall of Fame Tom and those Buccaneers. I ain't going to never go up against Hall of Fame Tom. Look for them to, I ain't going to say make easy work of the Eagles, but look for them to eliminate the Eagles. Definitely shout outs to the Eagles, even though they in my division. But shout outs to them for making it. A lot of people said that they wasn't going to make it. They wasn't going to get there. So definitely y'all deserve all the credit and kudos that is coming y'all way, and look for y'all to do something major next year. So now we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Speaking of teams that wasn't supposed to make it, a lot of people, didn't give Pittsburgh the just due, the just credit. They already making memes about it, saying that this is Big Ben's retirement party hosted by the Kansas City Chiefs. If that's the case, then Big Ben, you ain't got nothing to hold your head down about. You came in, you did the damn thing, you a legend up here in this northwestern Pennsylvania. You a football legend, you respected the shield, you respected the game. But I ain't taking y'all to win. I'm definitely going with Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to get back to their form of what are the things that they've been doing. Now, that was the Sunday night game. Now, rounding out the first weekend of the wild card playoffs, we got the Arizona Cardinals. They traveling to LA to go up against the Rams, and you know what? I'm picking Arizona to win this game. They just been the better team throughout the whole year. Even though the Rams been basically nipping at their heels, they was probably the best wild card team before they won that division, the NFC West. So I'm looking for Kyler Murray to basically let people know that he's here. It's time that y'all put some respect on his name and look for him to be a problem in the future and then beyond. So I gave y'all the NFL Firings. I gave y'all Taye's picks. I gave y'all some of the songs that I think that they're going to do at the Super Bowl. I think it's time for, we to ash this blunt out, put it out, and let's get ready to watch some football. Wherever you at in the world, whoever you rooting for, do it safe, do it fun, do it in good spirit, do it in a good competitive nature, good camaraderie. And that's all we ask here at the Very Blunt Sports Podcast. Continue to like, subscribe, and share. Continue to check out the Anubian Blaze fan page on Facebook and on YouTube. Got a lot of good music coming y'all way. Can't stop, won't stop. We just gonna keep it going. 2K22, my year to fuck it up, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep being consistent. I'm gonna keep bringing y'all, my opinions and my views about things. I just want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me. I appreciate that. And on that note, the session is over. Smoke is clear. The blunt is out. I'm your host with the most, here to brag, boast, celebrate, and toast, letting you know that you ain't got to go home. I ain't got to go home, but I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Peace be with you.
I don't need a fucking cosigner to post rhymes for controversy. I'm calculated, your validation does not concern me. You created a character you can market, but I'm sharp enough to sharpen my view. Whenever you charge him, I can